Okay, welcome to IL-2 1946 again, and today we will be having a look at the Su-15TM again. I'll try and show you what it looks like in conditions of electronic warfare or jamming. So I'll just gain some offset. So this will be a low to medium altitude intercept against a heavily jamming target. Which will be represented by the EA-6, the Prowler. It's somewhere there. Yep, the indicator on the radar has switched aside. So now I know that it's somewhere off to my right wing, and it's coming towards the center of the screen. This is a target information that would be transmitted through the Vozduch-1 data link system and received by the laser system on board the aircraft. So I can see it's below me and off to the right. And on the scope, you can see two things. First of all, this wave coming left to right across the entire screen, that's the ground clutter, and the big blob of contacts that you can see coming to the center, that's the actual EA-6 performing offensive jamming. So it's hiding within a wide cone of jamming signals. So now I will guide onto the center of that. Now of course the radar stations on the ground are connected to a computer. Later on this would be the Senyash computer, and that would basically look at all of the contacts that are transmitted or received by multiple radar stations and interpret them. So it will be able to tell from bearings towards jamming contacts its exact position, speed, altitude, and as I'm getting closer, it stopped with this barrage jamming. I'll increase the scale, and it has switched to pulse jamming, radar range deception. So you can see that there's multiple different targets stacked right about here. And you can see there's 2 on the bottom, 3 a bit higher. And what I need to do now is pick one of them and lock them. But it's making it difficult for me. So I'll pick this one and fail. And there we have a new one. So I'm suspecting that perhaps that's the real one. And I can't pick him up because he's hidden in the ground clutter. So I'll need to abort and do this all over again. Maybe with a little bit of a altitude difference, so that my radar isn't jamming itself. There we go. I have a much cleaner picture now that I'm a bit higher. Now there should also be a self-jamming from the main lobe. Okay, let's see. This one, no. And it switched to noise and back to pulse. Maybe I'm just too high. So I'll need to come down. And you can see that as I'm going down, the ground clutter is getting stronger. And I've successfully locked him. He's up there. And just to pause before I launch, to explain the symbology here, I'm in manual work with the radar. The data link is signaling me to just turn on the full charge afterburner and go for the target, which I'll need to work on the logic behind this. He's right ahead of me. My missiles are both ready. My missiles are both locked onto the target, and I'm within the range, so I can launch. So this is my range. This is the permissible range. Artificial horizon. Well, this is the bank indicator. This is the pitch indicator. The dot is the antenna position, or where the target actually is, and the cross is the lead point, or where I'm supposed to be going to intercept the target. You can see that they're fairly closely together, and the PP, or the front hemisphere signal, is not lit up, so I'm in pursuit, and the difference between the lead point and the target point is relatively narrow, which means that I'm right about behind him. Which, if I look at it, I mean, you can see him launching flares and everything, trying to shake my lock, but let's see. 1 away, 2 away. Yeah, and that's it. The lock is dropped. Radar is back into scanning. There is X lit up next to the direction marks, meaning there's no longer any targets for me to intercept. And I can just go home. So that will be everything from me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.